In this video, I'm going to walk you through all the features of Accenti's dxSplit, a dialogue editing plugin for denoising and restoration purposes. dxSplit uses machine learning techniques to split recordings into different components, which can then be processed independently. In the center of the plugin, there are three sections called Voice, Reverb, and Noise. These can be used to control the level of each signal component in an easy and intuitive way. To modify the gain settings, you can either drag a slider with your mouse, hover over it and use your mouse wheel, click directly on a dB value to jump to that position, or enter a numeric gain value in the gain display at the bottom. You will also find mute and solo buttons, which allow you to listen only to the signal part you are currently modifying, or to switch off a component completely. For example, the noise component. Above the slider section, you will find the algorithm display, which shows the name of the internal separation engine currently being used. In the initial release version of dxSplit, this algorithm is called Core. Core is a highly efficient neural network algorithm that runs on your CPU and can even be used for real-time playback and insert usage. On macOS, there is an additional algorithm available called Extended. This algorithm achieves even higher separation accuracy, usually with fewer artifacts than Core. It is recommended for offline rendering workflows, such as Pro Tools Audio Suite or Nuendo Direct Offline Processing. Extended uses the Apple Neural Engine Accelerator chip and is therefore currently only available on macOS. At the very bottom of the plugin, there is a parametric EQ section. Here, you can set an equalization curve for all three signal components independently. Depending on which component is currently selected, the corresponding EQ curve is displayed and can be modified. You can add a new EQ band by simply clicking anywhere on the curve and dragging the band to the desired gain and frequency position. Depending on where you add the band, it will default to either a low-cut, low-shelf, peak, high-shelf, or high-cut filter. This allows for a very quick workflow. For example, you can attenuate only the high frequencies of the noise signal with just a few clicks. In the control bar at the bottom, you can edit the parameters of the currently selected band more precisely by entering numeric values. To completely reset the EQ for any component, a reset icon appears next to the voice, reverb, and noise labels when you hover over them. In the top header bar, there is a button to open the Settings menu. In this menu, you can define a variety of settings for the current instance, as well as globally for all existing or new instances of dxSplit. At the very top, you will again see the currently selected algorithm. Below that, you can set the EQ mode to either low latency or linear phase. For insert usage, we recommend low latency mode, and for offline workflows, linear phase mode. If the plugin is loaded as a stereo instance, you will also see a control to define the stereo mode. You can choose between sum to center, which effectively processes the input as a mono signal, or mid-side mode for stereo processing. Please note that mid-side processing requires more CPU resources. In the Global Settings section, you can define the UI scaling in case you prefer the plugin window to be larger or smaller. dxSplit is compatible with dxRevive, which can be directly integrated. You can activate this option here. We have a separate video explaining the dxRevive integration in more detail. Below that, you can activate or deactivate tooltips, which appear when hovering over controls in the plugin window and explain the different functionalities. Finally, you can set the gain range to short range, long range, or adaptive. This defines the resolution of the gain scale on the main mixing sliders. In short range mode, the sliders show values down to -18 dB. In long range mode, they extend down to -36 dB, with -infinity at the bottom. In adaptive mode, the range automatically adjusts depending on the slider position. This was an overview of our dialogue editing plugin, dxSplit. Feel free to check out our other videos and download a free trial to test it for yourself. Thank you for watching.